Back on the Porch pregame show, Zack Bayrouty here with our guest tonight, Max Stassi. And I know, Stassi, you want me to say eventually Porch catcher Max Stassi. You've been DHing for the better part, well, all of the season so far. You've had a nagging shoulder problem. As much as you can, I guess, tell us how that shoulder's feeling and if you expect to be back behind the dish anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been kind of a continuous thing this past couple years, my shoulder kind of going in and out. But I mean, with the MRI that I got recently, there's no tears and anything major. So it's just a little minor thing that I'm trying to get worked out, and hopefully be back there within a couple weeks. We'll see what happens and just kind of take it day by day, because I mean, with the injury, it's not so much the physical part, it's more the mental aspect of dealing with it, and the days that feel good, days that feel bad. It's kind of like a mental roller coaster, but just got to take it day by day as I learn. It's kind of helped me grow as a baseball player, to kind of learn how to deal with adversity. Everything on your road to the big leagues is not going to be just easy and just get your way there. I mean, it is for some guys, but you just learn how to mentally deal with these things, and it just makes you stronger in the long run.
They have you throwing it all right now, or is a little bit or a lot?
Yeah, I'm doing a throwing program right now, and I'm about 2/3 of the way done. So, we just take it day by day and see how it feels, and just kind of test things out that way.
You and I talked about it a little in passing yesterday, but what's the toughest part of not being able to catch? I assume that's where you feel the most comfortable and the most in the game.
Yeah, it's just tough. I mean, DHing's not an easy task. It's very, a mental part of the game to DH. You just have to, stay busy throughout, your time not playing defense, used to catching every day. I mean, I'd be controlling the pitching staff, worrying about all that aspect, that I'd forget about hitting. As soon as I was done hitting, I'd go right to catching. Now, with a couple months of just hitting, I've gotten, somewhat decent at it, with the mental part. But I mean, it's tough, but it's all part of learning different aspects of the game.
I talked to a couple of the pitchers that you were able to work with last year in Kane County. I won't tell you who said this, but the quote that was said to me was, when Stassi is behind the plate, he calls pitches to pitchers' strengths as opposed to hitters' weaknesses, which he said was great. Do you feel that same way? Is that your philosophy when you are behind the plate?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when you look over scouting reports, you get so caught up in, how to pitch this guy, pitch him this. But, if a guy's weakness, I mean, if one of his pitches is his weakness, that's that guy's weakness, we're not going to execute that pitch, to perfection there. So you kind of have to work around what's working that day for the pitcher. Because, I mean, if it's his weakness and it's also the pitcher's weakness too, that he mislocates his pitch, that ball's probably going to be hit a long way. So we have to just kind of, you got to readjust your game plan as the game goes on. It's just it's a chess game behind the plate. You kind of have to make the right moves, think a little bit, but mainly just go with your gut, because you can overanalyze things and beat yourself up like sometimes I did last year with the learning experience. Still learning a lot, but you just have to kind of, think about it a little bit and just put the finger down and go with it.
Well, you're still very much in the development stages, drafted right out of high school in Yuba City. Last year you were in Kane County, but discuss a bit what it has felt like to come back home and be playing in a place in Stockton that's close to where you grew up and where you come from. You're very proud of where you come from, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I love Yuba City, and being back up in Northern California. It's awesome having family and friends come and see some games. It's really cool. But it's still business. You still got to get down to business. Even close to home. But it's nice being close and having that comfort of being close to home.
You could read a lot about what you bring to the table as a ball player from people that have analyzed you and seen you. But if you were to describe yourself, what would you say is your best tool and the one that you'd like to feature the most?
I'd just like to say, the leadership behind the plate, taking charge of that pitcher, helping them out. I mean, every guy's different. Some guys you have to calm down, tell them to just take a deep breath. Some guys, you got to kind of blow some smoke up at them. They got to kind of get a little edge on them. Sometimes they're a little lackadaisical out there, but I mean, it's just, I like dealing with different kinds of personalities. That's what I feel that I'm best at, is handling the pitching staff and giving them the best opportunity to succeed. Also, it's also nice to know that when a guy goes to the next level, you were catching him and and you're somewhat part of the reason that he moved on.
You guys have the pass?
Lastly, Max, outside of staying healthy, which I assume is probably your biggest goal, and getting healthy into the point where you can be behind the plate, what would you say are your biggest goals moving forward this season?
Just, making small adjustments at the plate, with, things haven't been going so well. I mean, they've been going well at the plate, but not as well as I'd like them to. But you know what? This whole minor league experience it's just learning. You got to learn how to deal with different things, try different things. But then once it clicks, it clicks, and you get your way on up to the big league. So that's what I'm just kind of trying to figure some stuff out, and it'll definitely come around. I'm by no means pressing right now in the month of May. It's way too early, but we still have 110 more ball games, 100 games left. So I mean, it'll still a lot of time to play. A lot of times to succeed also.
Well, you've asked me to give shout-outs to Yuba City, to the YC before, so in closing the interview, you want to do one?
Yeah, shout out to the YC. I missed the 530.
All right, Max. Well, good luck the rest of the way, and hope we see you behind the plate soon.
Thank you.
That's Port's catcher, Max Stassi. We'll come back with the starting pitching matchup next year on KWSX.